Remember, when wearing your mask, always cover your mouth and cover your nose.
All right, progress this morning in a race for the vaccine. After yesterday's big vote, the advisory committee recommends the FDA approve the Pfizer vaccine. And based on history, the FDA rarely goes against the committee's recommendations.
It gives them opportunity to gain customers and just some sort of income. You know, this year has been hard on a lot of people.
A push to shop local. Time is running out to buy the perfect gifts for your family and friends this weekend. There are plenty of local holiday pop-up shops and events. We're live.
And the ever-changing weather forecast. We do have a nice day today, but we will start to see things changing as we get through the rest of the afternoon, mainly though this evening and into the weekend. We do see changes with rain and winter weather back into the forecast. I'll tell you about it coming up in a few minutes.
Thursday's monumental vote. An advisory committee met over Zoom and voted 17-4 with no abstention to recommend authorizing emergency use of Pfizer's COVID vaccine for Americans 16 and older. Now all eyes are on the FDA for that official authorization. This is Good Day Memphis. I'm Kelsey Cairns. Plans to quickly get those first doses out to those who need it most. Healthcare workers and essential workers already in the works. Alex Prochet is in Washington.
Good morning. Yeah, this news comes as the CDC is out with a dire new prediction that the COVID death toll could reach 362,000 in the U.S. by the beginning of January.
How can you face the people back home that have lost their unemployment check, that have lost their food assistance, they've lost their shelter?
Next at midday, the coronavirus pandemic causing an economic toll on Americans. The latest on the stimulus talks and potential impacts to businesses here in the Mid-South.
And the clock is ticking as Congress scrambles to avert a government shutdown and vote on a stimulus bill.
And you're running out of time to get those gifts under the tree. We have important shipping deadlines you need to know about, and we'll tell you how businesses are making it easier to shop local.
It was quite possibly the most important Zoom call of the pandemic. I'm Alex Prochet in Washington. Coming up, details on the FDA Advisory Committee's vote on a vaccine.
And Hollywood is mourning the loss of iconic actor Thomas "Tiny" Lister, who passed away at 62. More on what we are learning about the cause of his death. Local 24 News at midday starts right now. Well, thank you for joining us at 11. I'm Chelsea Chandler.
And I'm Kelsey Cairns. We're getting you ready for weather changes. Rain and storms are on the way tonight. Chelsea is tracking it right now, hour by hour.
Yeah, we've had nice weather for a while. We've had a great break from this rain, but that is changing. As you can see, this huge system that continues to track east.
Tonight on the news at 6, a major turning point in the fight against COVID-19. The rollout of the first coronavirus vaccines now underway. A look at the first hospital in the Mid-South to get the vaccinations. Plus, our exclusive Verified team is working for you tonight. A viral social media claim that says Mid-South hospitals were closed for admissions and out of beds. But is that true? Our Verified team getting answers for you tonight. And remembering a Memphis trailblazer, how civil rights leader Reverend James Netters is being honored tonight. But first, tonight investigators need your help finding who left a little boy abandoned at a Mississippi Goodwill with a note and a bag of clothes. That's it. Thanks for joining us. I'm Richard Ransom. Katina has the night off. South Haven police say this boy was abandoned at the Goodwill drop-off location on State Line Road East around 9:40 this morning. He had a plastic bag containing a change of clothes and a note.
Tonight at 9, an FDA panel has just approved a COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use, and it may go to the full FDA for approval as soon as tonight. We're learning more about the first doses, how they'll be handed out in Shelby County. Plus, students struggling to keep up as they switch between hybrid and virtual learning. Tonight, how officials are hoping to help those falling behind. And further effects of the pandemic on children, what therapists say you can do to improve your child's mental health. With the FDA on the verge of mass distribution of the Pfizer vaccine, well, Moderna is not far behind. Tonight, we are getting a clearer picture of how the Methodist Libaner healthcare system will handle getting doses of the vaccine out. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Rudy Williams. Well, that first batch could arrive within a week, but Local 24 News reporter Brad Broders found since there won't be enough for every frontline worker, tough choices will have to be made.
Tonight on the News at 10, a 2-year-old boy left abandoned at Goodwill with nothing but a note and a change of clothes. We're live with an update on how he's doing and what about the parents? Plus, with coronavirus raging everywhere, a welcome sign of hope for the rollout of the vaccine. We're taking a closer look at the numbers tonight and taking you to the first hospital in the Mid-South to get the vaccine, and it's not in Memphis. And it's now official, the Electoral College voting to affirm Joe Biden as president-elect of the United States. But President Trump still refusing to admit he lost. Up first tonight, a suspect is in custody, accused of abandoning a toddler at a Goodwill store in South Haven this morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Richard Ransom. Katina has the night off. The 2-year-old boy was left with only a change of clothes in a plastic bag and a note. Local 24 News reporter Caitlin McCarthy is live in South Haven tonight with an update on the boy and information on resources available for children and parents in a tough situation. Caitlin?
Well, South Haven Police has not released further details identifying the boy or the suspect. A child advocacy center is sharing resources so this doesn't happen again. Healing Hearts Child Advocacy Center's executive director Sally Williams says, the case of the toddler boy being abandoned at Goodwill is a reminder to not be afraid to ask for help.
Hope you're having a great Thanksgiving weekend and welcome to Local 24 this week. I'm Richard Ransom. We are here every Sunday at 9 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. to bring you the real story behind the big stories. And Thanksgiving very much on our minds today. In fact, this is actually one of my favorite shows of the entire year because we'll find out my panel's choice for Turkey of the Year. There are always so many to choose from. See if you agree with any of our choices. That's the fun part. But on the more serious side, it is also a time to be thankful. That might seem like a tougher task in a year like 2020, but we actually found it wasn't so hard after all. And we'll talk about the pandemic, pressure mounting on both sides of government to either do more or less in dealing with the fall surge of COVID cases in a week that had more record numbers of cases and hospitalizations. I've got the old band together this week to talk about all this. Local 24 political analyst Otis Sanford is here. Political consultant Susan Adler-Thorpe with Thorpe Communications and Local 24 News reporter and current short-timer heading to retirement, Mike Matthews is here as well. Thanks all three of you for being here. Let's talk about COVID first and get the tough topic out of the way.